Okay, hi everyone. So I wanted to talk about some serious throat chakra healing that I've been doing in my life today, but where I've seen all of the patterns lead up to me doing some serious throat chakra healing. So for me, I have this beautiful, beautiful thing that I do, or that my body just does intuitively, where I just wear the color of whatever chakra I'm supposed to work on. And that's just what happens. If I put something on that doesn't feel good in my body or on my body, I'll literally take it off and put something else on. So what I was noticing is during the beginning of the year, I was doing heart chakra healing majorly. And I was gravitating towards greens and pinks, actual throat chakra colors, or actual heart chakra colors. And I'd gone to Maui, the heart chakra of the earth, and I did combo on my heart chakra. And green started coming into my life a little bit more. I don't really wear it, but like this blanket came into my life and stuff. So I did a lot of heart healing because I had so many layers up around my heart for so long, most of my life. I didn't even want to hug people. I had no desire to love people. And of course, all of that changed with the Kangen water, because your heart is literally a water vortex. It takes water and pumps it throughout your body, and your blood is water. It's like 97% water. And so when I started drinking Kangen water, it purified all of the blocks and released all of the blocks around my heart, so I could finally express and feel and love and accept love and love myself. So what happened now where I am is I've been doing throat chakra healing, and I just see the patterns come up in my life that kind of get me to here. So I've got this opal ring that I've had for 5 years, so blue, throat chakra. I have this turquoise ring that I've just got like a month and a half ago, throat chakra. I've got some blue pieces and a moonstone bracelet here, throat chakra, and this necklace, which is aquamarine and black kyanite with titanium or rainbow aura. So all of these throat chakra things have been coming into my existence, and I had to have a conversation. I've been trying to have this conversation for a while. I had to have this conversation with my friends that made me super uncomfortable, and it wasn't anything bad. It wasn't even a hard conversation to have, but somewhere along the line, there was a trauma that led me to feel like this was going to be a hard conversation, that led me to feel like I was going to have a challenging time expressing myself. And this conversation has been going on for a long time, but I've never been fully in my truth expressing myself. So whenever I have these conversations, what happens is anytime I really need to open my throat chakra, for me personally and myself, it's such a challenge. But when I need to open up my throat chakra, coming on live, talking on Instagram, talking in front of large groups of people, hosting webinars, perfect. So it's an imbalance within myself and my own self-love, and that obviously has to do with my solar plexus as well. But so I've been coming into these conversations with a somewhat blocked throat chakra, and I've not been able to fully like stand in my power and stand up for myself and say like, this is my truth. And I kind of like wishy-wash things. I make things a little wishy-washy. I make things feel like it's really not a big deal and it's okay, when really it is a big deal to me. And this is something I've been thinking about for a while, and instead of like having this feeling of needing to get it off my chest, I'm finally getting to the point where I can just express it in the moment. And there's still so much work to do, and today was a testament to all of that. So I had 2 conversations in 2 different situations that are very similar in a lot of ways. And one of them is a situation that manifested in the beginning of this year, right before Maui, end of December, beginning of January, and I hadn't healed it. I was still holding resentment towards this person, and I've been trying to heal it. Let me tell you, I've been doing so much work. I've journaled about it. I've talked about it. I've cried about it. I've done so much work, and it was so deep because I've done a lot of the higher, or like the less dense work, right? Like I was here at the surface, and I've gone through a lot of the work, and now I feel like I'm like deep in the work. So whatever I work through is so deep, and it takes time for me to get there. So what I'm seeing manifest now is I've got these two different people, two different situations that are very similar manifesting in my reality. And I know that the one from December, January that I haven't healed is why this one has manifested. And this one has manifested as an opportunity for me to break that bond with the other individual. And now that I'm having the healing conversation in the current moment with those who I'm currently experiencing it with, instead of like bottling it all up afterwards, we're healing and we're growing and we're expanding from that. And what's happening is this relationship that I haven't healed with this other individual is now all of a sudden he's just coming into my life. Like I accidentally, oh my gosh. So you guys know I'm a Kangen distributor. I sell Kangen water machines that help people change their lives. And him and I do this together. And we're on the same team, and we started together. And I'm not going to tell you like what we're going through because it's just our own journey. But I don't really talk to him at all. And yesterday I accidentally somehow had the link to his Zoom while he was on a meeting with someone. So I was like forced to talk to him, and I realized that there needs to be healing done. So we got on a call today and we did some healing, and it was so hard for me. It was so hard for me. And I actually sent him a message afterwards. I'm like, thank you for handling all of that with grace, because I was not graceful. Like I was really going through it in the moment of just like having a conversation and of seeing the work that I had done. Like earlier today I had done healing work and like speaking my truth to my friends who I'm currently experiencing the same situation with. And so like 3 hours later, this manifested, a conversation with him. And it was the beginning of a conversation. Actually, both of the conversations today were the beginnings of conversations. They need one more coming together and like really seeing my truth and really absorbing it all and really just like also taking ownership for my part of things and just being like, okay, I see where I need to learn from this. I see where this is a learning opportunity. And it's interesting, right, that these two separate parties in two different situations that are very similar in my existence are manifesting at the exact same day for me to do the healing, and they're both unfinished conversations right now. How incredible. So I see it manifesting, and I've been doing all of this throat chakra work, and when I got this necklace is when I got super, super, super activated within like seeing my own divinity and seeing my worth and stepping into my divine femininity, because it looks like a peacock feather, and I feel like that's just like so elegant and beautiful and feminine and just eye-catching. And this necklace has really activated me. It's also aquamarine, so it's they're both blue, which is the throat chakra, and I just love them. And what was I going to say? I don't remember what I was going to say, but this has activated me to step more into my creativity. And both of these are water pieces. So kyanite and aquamarine, blue kyanite with rainbow quartz and aquamarine, they're both water stones. And your waters control your emotions and your creativity. It's all your sacral chakra is your water element. So you're able to express your creativity in all of your divinity when your sacral chakra is open. And for so many of us, we've spent so long with our sacral chakra closed off, not expressing our emotions, not healthily expressing our sexuality, not healthily doing anything creative anymore. So I've really started to tap into my creativity and my emotions. And I mean, you guys, there was a time when I didn't cry for like 9 years at all. For 9 years, and some horrible things had happened to me. And when I always talk about Kangen water. My whole entire life is a Kangen water testimonial. When I started drinking Kangen water, it literally activated my inner waters. It activated my sacral chakra, and I've done a lot of womb healing and a lot of emotional healing. And there was a day the other day when I cried like 4 times in a day, and that hasn't happened to me in so long. And I know that it's because of this necklace. So this necklace has been activating me, and it's been really asking me to step in my power. So I've been doing that. I've been really healing the wounds within myself. So then, of course, the wounds outside of myself are getting healed as well. So it's really beautiful to be on this journey and to be experiencing this throat chakra healing, because there's so much work for us to do. I feel like a lot of us don't speak our truth. A lot of us don't speak our truth and speak our full truth without, obviously with love, but without feeling like you need to compensate your truth for others. It is completely yours to express in every moment. And I'm really learning the power of that. And I see my life simplifying. I see in places of my life where I wasn't speaking my truth fully, and where things just didn't go as well as they could have if I was just speaking my truth. But it was all for me to learn from. It was all for me to really sit within myself and now in this moment get excited about the healing, because I love doing this healing work. I love showing up for myself, and I love seeing that things are going to be hard and being like, okay, Kira, you're doing this. And I just grabbed my crystal allies. I also had my turquoise stone with me, which is also a heart chakra healing stone, upper heart chakra and throat. And I just knew that I was supported. I knew that I was doing everything that I was supposed to do. I knew that I was showing up in exactly the ways that I was supposed to for my own healing. And everything that manifests outside of us. So in my reality, if something is manifesting outside of me where I don't really like it or it's triggering me, that's a sign that there's something within me that needs to be healed. So when I see that there's a trigger, when I see that there's something that's uncomfortable, I ask all the questions. I show up and I'm like, okay, what do I need to hear right now? Or what do we need to heal in this moment? How can we come to a conclusion that leaves us in love? Because what's going to happen is if you don't love parts of yourself, you're not going to love parts of others, and you're not going to be able to see past that barrier. So when you truly begin to do this inner work, and when you truly begin to show up and love yourself, what happens is you can show up and love everyone. And this is the way to unity. My partner says all the time, water is the way to unity. Kangen water is literally the way to unity, because it activates all of your chakras. It activates you on all of the levels. It finally puts you in balance. When you're dehydrated, your body is always fighting to be hydrated. Water is essential to our existence. For anyone who maybe didn't know that, or who hasn't been told that, because a lot of people aren't told that, water is essential for our existence, and we need a bunch of it every day, and we need the right water. So when you're drinking Kangen water, it is the way to unity, because when you're properly hydrated, what's happening is you're properly loving yourself. Getting your Kangen machine is like the first and the biggest initiation to loving yourself. And then after that, you have all of these other initiations of self-love. And when you finally step into your self and love, and your whole body's hydrated and your body isn't fighting to work anymore, what happens is you start, all those parts of yourself that were dehydrated start to get hydrated. It's the flood of love. Your body hydrates itself, and all of those parts that you didn't love of yourself start to come up to the surface. That's the literal flood of love. And in the Kangen water, it's so beautiful. I just saw it in my mind. A lot of you have probably seen on our stories that there are bubbles in our Kangen water, and that's the antioxidants, the hydrogen. That is literally all of the healing that comes up to the surface of the water. And the water brings all of the healing that we need up to the surface. So we get to do all of this inner work within ourselves. And as we heal the parts within ourselves that we don't love, we start to see in our exterior reality that less and less triggers are in our reality, because our reality is an outward expression of our subconscious. So if our subconscious is being healed and we're no longer ignoring things, no longer refusing to see how we're a part of everything, no longer refusing now to not be the victim or to be the victim, and you're finally within yourself, and when you're able to love yourself, you allow others to begin to love themselves. And when you come together with others that love themselves, you unify, you come together, you create beautiful magic, you resonate at the same frequency, you can have conversations and be triggered and do the healing right there. So as you start to continue to do this work, what happens is you see your outward reality just turn more and more beautiful. It turns more and more like your dreams. It turns more and more into what you've always desired and what you've been desiring to create. So that's what I'm seeing in my reality, and I know that this healing is so vital that I'm doing. And if anyone has any questions about throat chakra things, you're welcome to leave them in the chat, or I think there's like a little question thing that you can put a thing in. But it's just really beautiful to be able to be doing the work, and it's hydrating to do the work. It brings me so much joy to be healed and to be healing and to really just step into all of my own divinity and just truly express that from my absolute core. So I did all of that work, and I took myself out to dinner with my dog, and I had my journal and I had my markers, and I just had a really beautiful time in my own energy, savoring all the flavors, and it's so good. It's so beautiful. So I believe that's where I'm going to end this live. It's been an absolute joy showing up with you and for you. There was a comment, and I just want to read it before I close out. Oh, there are a few comments. You guys are cute. I love you guys. Thank you for showing up and being here. Have a beautiful, beautiful Friday night. You are so loved.